Marketplace simulations let your students start up and manage their own business division or an entire company. They compete against other companies in a simulated business world online. In this game-like exercise, your students get to practice the business concepts you teach in class. The competitive element brings fun and excitement to the classroom, increasing your students' engagement in learning. In Marketplace, your students can either play as executives in teams or individually, with each managing an entire firm. How do you decide which setup is better for your course? When working in teams, your students not only practice the business concepts, they also develop valuable teamwork skills. Each student takes on a certain set of responsibilities within their simulated company. They discover how their business decisions affect different parts of the firm. They learn how to make decisions as a team, resolve disagreements, and handle conflicts. Working in teams also allows students to develop leadership skills. Each student is challenged to take the lead within their area of responsibilities. They pitch ideas to the team and justify their reasoning. They learn to accommodate suggestions and opposing viewpoints. Students learn how to motivate others to follow their lead and how to let others lead when needed. Each Marketplace simulation provides a level of complexity that's appropriate for the targeted course. The simulations designed for advanced courses require mastery and in-depth understanding within multiple business functions. Working in teams makes the workload more manageable, which results in better performance. When your students work in teams, you can choose to use the peer evaluation tool to assess each student's teamwork skills based on the input from their peers. Providing this feedback to students mid-game gives them a chance to adjust their behavior and see the impact on the performance of their team. This team-based setup is available for all Marketplace games. Alternatively, you may have your students play individually. When is it best to use individual play setup? When you have individual students run their own simulated companies, you ensure each student gains hands-on experience and a thorough understanding of the entire learning content presented in the simulation. This works well in introductory and mid-level simulations, in which the workload can be managed by a single person. If you teach a large class, this setup will make it easier to benchmark students and ensure each student has invested the proper amount of time and effort into the exercise. Whether your students play in teams or individually, they compete against other companies in the simulated market. The competitors can either be other classmates or computer-generated. How do you decide which option is best for your course? When students compete against their classmates, it sparks a friendly rivalry. They can easily find out how well their classmates' companies are performing, and they want to avoid falling behind. This competitive spirit drives them to work harder and learn more. In the more complex Marketplace simulations, when students compete against classmates, they can also choose to collaborate with other competing firms. They can license technology, and in some simulations, they can outsource production to other firms in the game. Students improve their negotiation skills and learn to balance competition with collaboration. How many students can compete in this way? When you have your students compete against classmates, you ideally want up to about 30 students in one game. If you have more students than that and want them competing against each other, you can set up multiple games. Think of them as parallel business worlds. All the students or teams within each game must advance through the decision rounds at the same pace. This is because the simulation incorporates the decisions of all the rival companies to calculate how the market will respond for each decision round, creating a truly dynamic experience. So, when should you choose competing against the computer? This option allows you to have thousands of students in a single game, without the need to organize them in multiple parallel universes. In a large class, this makes your simulation faster to set up and easier to manage. Since the students or student teams are competing against the computer-generated competitors and not directly against each other, they can progress through the game independently of the other teams. In this setup, you can have thousands of students work through the simulation at their own pace. This option for computer-generated competitors is available for most introductory and mid-level simulations. So, in a nutshell, having your students play in teams and against their classmates is a better option for most small to medium-sized classes. This setup maximizes student engagement and helps develop teamwork and leadership skills. Individual students playing against the computer is the best option for a very large number of students. It offers an efficient way to add hands-on experience and increase engagement for large classes. To learn more about how to make a marketplace simulation work best in your class, schedule a call with one of our product specialists. Contact us today and we will help you make the most out of your online course.